Domination Nation, what up? It's me, you, back on Dominations, and I couldn't be happier. It's been a little while, been a minute, about 2 months worth of minutes to be exact, and I apologize. Me so sorry, but I am back in action once again. There hasn't been a whole lot of changes since the last time I was here in the game, but we'll go over all that. As far as me in my life, there's been a lot of stuff going on with this time of year, blah, blah, blah. We go back a few months to February. My wife had foot surgery, and that was a long recovery process. Um, Waited on her hand and foot. Get it? And then we moved to the new house. You see the new digs here? This is the greenhouse. That's my last name, Green. D Green. Derek Green. Find me on Instagram, World Series MVP. That's me. I'm the World Series MVP. If you don't know what that is, that's baseball. I'm the most valuable player. Just kidding. I'm just a fan. But that's my name on there. You're in the greenhouse. This is the new house. We've our first house, so that's all very exciting. We've been doing a lot of renovations after we moved in, like building a deck expansion for our pool. There's an above ground pool. We have 3 little kids, so it's not the safest thing to have unless you have like a way to keep them out of there. And so we built the deck with a gate and a lock, and now the kids can't just run in there whenever they want. And go become human float toys. So yeah, that's a nice bonus. We've been fixing up a couple other little things at the house. Took a vacation to Colorado a couple weeks ago and was there for a week. It was actually awesome. I loved it. Of course, I thought it was going to be awesome, so it wasn't a big surprise, but it was pretty cool. I had a couple different crazy things happen. I'll try to skim over that real quick for you. Basically, as I was leaving town, I took my wife's car, the Honda Pilot, because it gets better gas mileage. I was driving that to Kansas City first and then to Denver. But as I'm leaving town, I get a call from my wife, and she's like crying on the phone. I was like, what is going on? She's like, the truck, I got in a wreck in the truck. And like, my truck, she's driving my truck. I have a yellow Avalanche, a Chevy Avalanche. I love this truck. I call it Pamela because it's like Baywatch yellow. And Pamela Anderson, of course, is Baywatch. So anyways, the wheel fell off. No big deal. You don't need that. The wheel fell off while she was driving it. I have no idea. I think something broke in the suspension and then caused the left front to slam to the ground. She was only doing like 30 miles an hour at the time, so it wasn't like there was no accident. Nobody got hit. The wheel did go completely missing though, so it went on a journey into somebody's yard and I couldn't find it. I basically had to stop my trip, turn around, come back, which is no big deal. I gotta help my wife out. Luckily I was close to town still, but yeah, so I couldn't find the wheel, and it ended up being half the repair cost was just the wheel and tire combination from my truck. So that was kind of frustrating. That was one way to start the trip. And so then eventually I do get to leave town. I'm about 2 hours late, a little bit behind schedule, so I'm trying to push and get through to Denver, which is a 12-hour drive, or actually an 11-hour drive from where I live. 12 hours to Breckenridge was actually where I went, but I was going through Denver, so trying to make it, and I'm going and going, and I think it's been like 8 hours into my drive, and I'm in Kansas, somewhere near the northwest, or the west, I should say. I'm not sure what you would call it. If you're from Kansas, maybe you can clarify, but Colby, Kansas and Oakley, Kansas area. I stopped in Colby, Kansas at a Super 8 motel because I was about to drive into a tornado. Literally, I didn't see the tornado, but I saw a huge thunderstorm in front of me, and I didn't want to keep driving into the night, into Denver, into the more expensive hotels and stuff like that. So I pulled over and stopped in Colby, Kansas, and sure enough, a small, I don't know what they ranked it as, but some tornado, F0, F1, whatever it was, came through, and the hail was golf ball size-ish, they said. At least that's what I heard on the news that night. Maybe it was larger, I'm not sure, but and there was high-speed winds, and essentially it blasted out 2 of my windows on the car. So I haven't even made it to Denver, and my wheels falling off my truck back home, and the car I'm in gets blasted out. So the glass and dirt everywhere in the car. I'll eventually start to talk about the game. But this was crazy. And so, yeah, I had to take everything out of the car, put it in the hotel room. You know, I couldn't leave any of my stuff in there because there's no windows. Luckily, I brought some tarps and tarped it all up. And there had been a hailstorm a week before in the Denver area, so every place that did window repair was backed up. So it took a week before I could even get in to get my windows fixed. So I had luckily there was a parking garage at the place we stayed at, so my car was just, you know, minus 2 windows pretty much the whole time on vacation, except for towards the end. You know, I was able to get the window repaired in Denver. But all in all, I've been up to a lot. I wish I could record more. I'm going to be able to, so hopefully going forward I can get more content out. And we have more content now to talk about, so let's get right into it. We are in the midst of the World War beta. Right here, if you look at old Pompous the Wise, he's going to tell us about it. During this time, as you can see, it's on for another 7 or 8 more days. Today's June 19th. My charger cord is going crazy. And during this time, let me just cut that short. You can watch replays of World War attacks, your defenses, your friends' attacks, your friends' defenses. I don't know if you can spectate and watch replays. I would think you probably could, but I don't know. I have not spectated yet. I've been in every war since the beta was released, and I'm going to be in every war back to back to back until it's all gone, because there may not be another war replay thing for a long time if anything is found to be wrong with it. So I recommend to you and your friends to just be in war as much as you can during the beta. Help with the testing, report back. You can report back right at the bottom here, replay feedback down there, and that'll allow them to maybe hopefully learn a little bit more about the replays and fix them up so they can be a more permanent feature. Either way, we've been asking for that feature for a while. My 3-year-old's coming downstairs. He was watching cat videos. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Cat videos. Oh, he's looking for the cats now. We have 2 cats. He's on the hunt. And so, anyways, he's just going to appear in this quick video. I'm not going to do as long a video as I usually do, just because, you know, I can't let the homeboy just roam around the house and terrorize things. So we'll make it quick. But let's talk about what else is new. So we've got World War Replay Beta. We're in that. And actually the biggest news is really the June State of the Nations. And we'll get into that real quick here. Where did I find this on? You just Google DomiNations forums. Pew, right here. And then you click general discussion right there. And then takes you right in. And June State of the Nations right there. If you want to read this on your own, you can. I'm just going to kind of briefly go over it. They talk about their mistakes they've made and, you know, what they want to do better and blah, blah, blah. Alliance challenges are going to be coming back during the 5.7 release after everyone has updated. So right when the update comes out, it doesn't mean, oh, where's the replay? You know, where's the challenges? It's not going to be there until everybody has it. I don't even work for them, and I'm defending them. They're late, you know. Everybody has their own opinion of Nexon and big, huge games, but you know, I'm defending them here. Let everybody update, and then we'll have Alliance challenges back, which is great. So they also say, sorry about the witch glitch, my bad. The witch glitch cleaned house on me several times and allowed so many players to just max out their walls and all kinds of stuff, which is cool. That's great for them, but you know, my witches went the way of the Wicked Witch of the West, and they like flew off to Oz and got stomped by a house and never came back. My witches never returned one time, so everything I got is anti-witch glitch, so it's authentic. But you know, if I had it, I probably would have done it too. So what can you say? I wish they would have done a better job of getting that cleaned up faster. People on the forums will say that since it didn't cost them any money, that there's no reason for them to get on it, which, you know, there might be some truth to that. But anyways, let's move on, and hopefully there'll never be another witch glitch that we have to, some of us get, some of us don't get. That's just sucked. 5.5 include the announcement window, otherwise known as the let me sell you something window right here. When you click it, that's what pops up. You know, something for sale there. But anyways, I guess it's kind of nice that you can look at everything in that little zone. Last Nations Invention World Replay, we talked about that. So the beta's going great. Get in it, get on it, and help your friends. Another change coming before 5.7 is a fix that will correct a live bug. Okay, so basically you would notice in World War recently that all of a sudden some of these maxed out atomic bases are like going down in the ranking on their own team, which I didn't know if that affected matchmaking or not. It might have, I don't know. But basically it was causing people outrage. You know, they'd have to go in and actually look at all the bases and rank them themselves. Ooh. You know, if you're a good high, you know, thinking alliance or whatever you want to say it, you would think that you'd go in and rank them anyways, just regardless of how they're laid out, because there's lots of other factors, you know. But you know, they're getting better at the war ranking, the team ranking. That's kind of cool. Also, recently an issue about war stars has surfaced, and our team worked to fix that bug that is causing a mismatch between the stars displayed and the stars actually earned in World War battles. It's possible to correct this issue with the server only fix, and corrected yesterday as well, which is actually a few days ago when this article came out. But anyways, skipping ahead to the 5.7 release. Are you putting? He's putting lotion on. I'll be right back. No baby should ever have the lotion bottle. Okay. Gotta get the lotion away from the baby before he becomes one big slippery ball that you can never catch. Anyways, so crisis averted. Got him some Skittles. Yeah. So he's getting that Skittle on. Oh man. So there will be some challenges if I choose to keep recording with the kids home, but that's just how it goes. I don't care. Before we look at 5.7, let me see where I was here. Anyways, let's get right into 5.7. Allied Front is the name of it. Allied Front. Update will primarily focus on alliances and world wars. So what are they talking about? Alliances? Alliance levels. If you don't know what this is, you will basically, your whole alliance will rank up, and there'll be benefits, perks, if you will, I believe, for depending upon your level, what the rewards will be. So let's just talk a little bit more about it. This says if you play Clash of Clans, there's a clan level thing in there, so that's what I was going to say. Because you can kind of compare it to that. The new system will allow alliances to earn alliance XP in world wars. Winning a world war that will provide a small amount of alliance XP. Okay, blah blah blah. I don't like reading a paper to people on a video. It's just not good video. So the tougher the base that you attack, the more stars you get, the higher their level, the more XP you're going to get, and help your alliance get more alliance XP. So moving right along, 5.7 will also be adjusting matchmaking in world wars, specifically with an eye toward the strategy of sandbagging. Hallelujah! It's about time, but I mean, they've said stuff like this sort of before. At least the last Q&A session was regarding this, so maybe they're finally moving forward in that. Don't really know. But it says they're testing different options on how matchmaking will change, but the overall goal is to improve the quality of matches without extending the time it takes to get a match. So, you know, I'm okay because it seems like we get matched up pretty quickly, typically, especially with our 15-man wars. We like to go higher man wars, but the matchmaking is so bad when you get real high that we try to stay away from that. We fought we went up to 25-man just to test out the war replay beta phase, and we instantly got K-Sol, the number 3 alliance, you know, in our first 25-man war in a long time. So instantly proving the point that more men equals tougher opponent because the matchmaking is broken. We would have liked to wait a little bit longer to get a better match, at least on our end. I'm sure they didn't care, but you know, the only thing they could earn was 3 glory, and we had opportunity if we beat K-Sol for 1,003 glory. So if that tells you anything, that's like a point. I don't know. It's less than 1% of a chance for us to win. So, anyways, let's hope that they get better matchmaking there going forward. They're also realizing a new building called the Bazooka Sentry. This time-limited defensive structure will be replacing the Bazooka Tower in all future events and sales, which is good because the Bazooka Tower is ridiculously overpowered. I liked it when I had it for one time. I don't like it when I keep coming up against bases that always seem to have it. Or, I mean, in war, it seems like there's some alliances that have bazooka towers like the whole time. What is it? Have they bought unlimited? Are they spend $1,000 on unlimited bazooka towers and they just never run out, or did they spend money on it and get unlimited? You know, so that's good that they're taking that out. But if people have already stocked up on them, they're not changing them back. They're not changing them, so they're allowing people to stay with them. So if anybody's cheated to stockpile them, I don't see any way of this stopping them. But going forward, you'll only be able to purchase the new bazooka sentry and earn it through events as well. So a much less powerful bazooka building is replacing the bazooka tower, but nothing being done if there's anybody that's stockpiled illegally by stealing credits or however they would do it. I don't know how you do that stuff, whatever. Anyways, moving right along. Players in the Atomic 5.7 will be provided new upgrades. The Sniper Tower, Stable, Embassy, and Factories. The reason I touched on the factory is there's a new advanced factory troop. The Tactical Helicopter says this handy chopper can be deployed anywhere on the map. Flies in from the edge of the map to a location specified by the player. Beneath the tactical helicopter is a white ring that represents a deployment zone. Troops up to a certain up to a certain number of troop space can be deployed directly underneath this tactical helicopter as long as it remains alive, even while moving. Additionally, the tactical helicopter will heal nearby troops. This advanced factory troop introduces new strategic possibilities for rapid mobile deployment of ground forces. So, it sounds awesome, like a new way of getting to these Forbidden City FC bases. So you'll be able to use your helicopter, fly them in over that Forbidden City, and then drop a tank or whatever the hell you want on top of it. Instead of just paratroopers only on your plane, now you can factory troop it and not take your airspace. And so the influence is probably going to go back towards your fighter jets again. I don't really know what the balance is going to do with your air troops, but what are you doing? Okay. So anyways, lots of new stuff. And finally, the new guy, Tin Soldier, the guy that brought us this document. They say something about outside of the game. I would like to introduce Tin Soldier, new community manager for DomiNations. Tin Soldier will be working alongside MB4 Power Up and is here in the BHG office to improve communication loop between players and developers. So lots of people are excited about that. Welcome, Tin Soldier. I have to give it up. You know, congrats. Thanks, Tin Soldier. Yeah, everybody's all excited. And then 2 days later, they're all posting, you know, hate crime on the forums. Like, where's all this new forum feedback at? Stuff like that. So, no patience anywhere to be found. So, exciting stuff coming up with the update 5.7. My guys been doing all this stuff in the university basically the whole time, besides a little bit of armory upgrades and stuff like that. Here's where I'm at on Amelia. Gonna max out fighter MK1 damage here. Oh, Leo. Pow, 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 pow. CTG. She's looking good. Got that assault infantry. 38 of 100, so not too far into that one, but a little bit. King Sejong. Lovely, lovely, like it a lot. So we completed all those bad boys, and we're on Protect duration number 3, which will take me to 9% extension of time on the Protect. And Sultan Saladin, whatever you want to say. The Sultan himself, here's what I've done on this one. The minimal on the top two, 9 out of 10 on tank depot defender damage, tank depot upgrade cost, 5 out of 10 on those guys. ARL damage, 9 out of 10 on it, and ARL hit points, moving on, started that one, and completed a few long gate hit points, which is really a valuable one. Can't say enough about doing those. I haven't done any Suleiman. He reminds me of like Mr. Incredible with like the eye. It looks like the letter I on top of his hat there. And he kind of looks like a young version of the Sultan from Aladdin, which is kind of weird. Sultan Saladin and a young Sultan from Aladdin. Anyways, dumb observation. There'll be plenty of those. Ethan says it's time for this video to be over, so let's do it. I'll be coming back with some more videos soon, hopefully some more layouts, talk, and stuff like that. Join San Fran Tokyo Alliance. We've got a few. 2 to 3. Pew, 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 pew. There's my teams. I follow. If you're wondering what those other two, Flawless and Phoenix, then you're not one of the people in those alliances, because I follow those for certain people. Anyways, join San Fran Tokyo. Holy moly, 670 comments. I mean, have you seen how much action we got in this alliance? What? So positive. Nobody's hating on anybody. If the war replay beta has caused you some anxiety, your friends, your alliance members, your friends are you know, criticizing you for your attacks and stuff instead of constructively critiquing you, maybe you should just bail on them and head to San Fran Tokyo. We will not criticize you. We will helpfully critique you, you know, push you in the right direction and help you get better. So that's all there is. Join San Fran Tokyo. 2, 3, 1, whatever, any of them. SANFRANTOKYO. That's all there is, and there ain't no more. Thank you for watching. Peace out.